Welcome, dear thrill seekers and the curious, to the realm where the ordinary meets the eerie. Join us around the campfire for this next tale if you dare. In the quiet, picturesque town of Oakland County, Michigan, time moved with an almost agonizing slowness. It had been 47 excruciatingly long years since the first known victim of the Oakland County Child Killer had been abducted, violated, and murdered. In those decades, the once idyllic community had been forever scarred by a series of heinous crimes that left a trail of devastation, fear, and unanswered questions. It all began on a cold, gray day in the heart of winter. February 15th, 1976, was the day 12-year-old Mark Stebbins, a cheerful boy with dreams of a bright future, vanished from the streets of Oakland County. For agonizing days later, Mark's lifeless body was discovered, discarded like a broken toy. The revelation sent shockwaves through the tight-knit community, as the police began piecing together the chilling puzzle of a serial killer. The elusive murderer, known by various monikers such as the Oakland County Child Killer, the Babysitter Killer, or simply the Babysitter, exhibited a sinister pattern. The victims, Mark Stebbins, Jill Robinson, Kristine Mihelich, and Timothy King, all had one thing in common: they were last seen within a mile of Woodward Avenue, their innocence cruelly taken from them. What set this monster apart was the twisted care he bestowed upon his victims. The children had been fed and cared for until their lives were extinguished. Some had been bathed or made to bathe, leaving a grotesque paradox of perverse nurturing in the wake of unspeakable brutality. This fiendish predator had cast a malevolent shadow over the community. The investigation that followed was nothing short of monumental. It would go down in history as the largest manhunt of its kind in the United States at the time, a desperate race to unmask the monster who had terrorized an entire community. Mark Stebbins was the first to fall victim. A 12-year-old boy, he had called his mother from the American Legion Hall in Ferndale, assuring her that he was on his way home. But he never arrived. His lifeless body was discovered near an office complex in Southfield, a horrifying sight for the businessman who stumbled upon it. Jill Robinson's story was equally tragic. A dispute with her family had led her to leave home. Her body was found on the side of I-75, shot at close range with a shotgun, her life extinguished at just 12 years old. Kristine Mihelich, a 10-year-old girl, had vanished for 19 agonizing days before her body was discovered in a snowbank in Franklin Village. There were no signs of violence, no evidence of sexual assault, just a life cruelly taken and discarded. Then came the heart-wrenching story of Timothy King. An 11-year-old boy, he left his home for a simple trip to the pharmacy, a mere 3 blocks away. He never returned. His lifeless body was found in a Livonia ditch, bearing the grim signs of a killer who had meticulously cared for him before ending his life. The autopsy revealed that Timothy had been fed his favorite meal, Kentucky Fried Chicken, cleaned, and groomed before he was suffocated. His skateboard lay nearby, a tragic reminder of the innocent joy he would never experience again. Timothy's father, Barry King, dedicated his life to seeking justice for his son, establishing the Tim King Fund to aid abused children and youth activities in Birmingham. But answers remained elusive, and Barry passed away without closure. The investigation was fraught with false leads, confusion, and haunting theories. One of these led police to North Fox Island, where a child pornography ring had operated in 1977. Frank Sheldon and Jerry Richards were the prime suspects, but neither was believed to be the Oakland County Child Killer. Instead, a disturbing theory suggested that the killer might have been a victim of their heinous exploits. The search for answers even took detectives to the Stateville Correctional Center in Illinois, where an unnamed man convicted of distributing child pornography provided tantalizing clues but no definitive answers. Dr. Bruce Danto, a Detroit psychiatrist, received a cryptic letter from someone claiming to be the roommate of the killer. The letter spoke of a disturbed mind, a man seeking revenge against the world, and a chilling partnership. But this lead, like so many others, eventually led to a dead end. Over the years, numerous persons of interest emerged, individuals connected to crimes involving pedophilia, but the evidence remained elusive. Archibald Edward Sloan, Christopher Bush, James Vincent Gunnels, Theodore Lamborghini, Richard Lawson, and David Norberg were among those whose lives were scrutinized in the quest for answers. However, despite decades of investigation and the relentless pursuit of justice, the identity of the Oakland County Child Killer remained shrouded in darkness. The grief of the victims' families, the trauma that gripped the community, and the fear that haunted their lives continued to cast a long shadow over Oakland County, a chilling reminder of the horrors that can lurk in the most unsuspecting places. As the years turned into decades, new leads emerged, but closure remained elusive. The wounds of the past continued to fester, and the memory of those innocent lives lost haunted the collective consciousness of the town. Yet, the search for answers persisted, a testament to the resilience of a community determined to unmask the face of evil that had haunted them for so long. The story of the Oakland County Child Killer served as a stark reminder that darkness can reside in the most unsuspecting places, and that the pursuit of justice, no matter how elusive, is a solemn duty that must never be abandoned. The community held on to hope, as fragile as it may have been, that one day, the truth would emerge, and the shadow of fear that had gripped them for so long would finally dissipate. In the hearts of the victims' families, the memories of Mark Stebbins, Jill Robinson, Kristine Mihelich, and Timothy King lived on, not as symbols of tragedy, but as symbols of resilience and the enduring hope for justice. And so, the story of the Oakland County Child Killer remained etched in the annals of history, a chilling mystery that continued to haunt the collective conscience of a community that refused to forget. The passage of time had not dulled the pain or diminished the resolve of Oakland County. The chilling specter of the past still cast a long shadow, but the community remained steadfast in its quest for answers, determined to bring the elusive killer to justice. For the victims and their families, the fight for closure continued, a beacon of hope in the face of darkness, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refused to be defeated by the horrors of the past. As the years stretched into decades, the search for answers persisted, leaving no stone unturned in the quest for justice. The community rallied around the memories of the innocent victims, determined to uncover the truth and bring their tormentor to justice. In the heart of Oakland County, where the scars of the past ran deep, the hope for closure burned brighter with each passing year. The chilling specter of the Oakland County Child Killer still loomed large, but so did the resilience and determination of a community that refused to let fear define them. With the passage of time, the story of the Oakland County Child Killer became more than just a chilling mystery, it became a testament to the enduring strength of a community bound by tragedy. The victims, Mark Stebbins, Jill Robinson, Kristine Mihelich, and Timothy King, were not forgotten. They became a symbol of the unwavering pursuit of justice. The search for answers continued, with new leads and fresh perspectives reigniting the hope that one day, the identity of the Oakland County Child Killer would be revealed. The wounds of the past still festered, but the community remained resolute in their quest to bring closure to the victims' families and heal the scars left by the darkest chapter in their town's history. As the sun set on another day in Oakland County, the story of the Oakland County Child Killer remained an open chapter in the town's history. The passage of time had not dulled the determination of the community, nor had it lessened the urgency of finding answers. The victims' families, the investigators, and the entire town held on to the hope that one day, justice would prevail, and the shadow of fear that had gripped them for so long would finally be lifted. And so, the story continued, a haunting mystery that refused to fade into obscurity. The legacy of Mark Stebbins, Jill Robinson, Kristine Mihelich, and Timothy King lived on, not as victims, but as symbols of resilience, strength, and the unyielding pursuit of justice. In the heart of Oakland County, the search for answers was a promise that would never be broken, a pledge to remember, honor, and, ultimately, bring closure to those who had suffered for far too long. As we draw the curtains on yet another chilling journey into the depths of the unknown, I want to extend my gratitude to all you brave souls who joined us on this expedition. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. You'll be the first to know when we unearth our next chilling chronicle. Until then, stay curious, stay cautious, and never stop exploring the realms of the macabre and the miraculous. Signing off from Creepy Tales and Curiosities. Remember, the night may be dark, but there's always a story waiting to be uncovered. Good night, and pleasant nightmares.